said, I'll tell you all the story about the joker and the thief. I said, I'll tell you all about the joker and the thief in the night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Armadillos of Tokyo. About time to rock as Tote gets ready to meet leather. And off we go here in Tokyo. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number? Let's say 200 points.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Deron Payne coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run fishing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Hurts. He'll try to do it himself. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they're putting on themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he wisely will throw that one away. Look at this defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
It's not bad.
I don't think he's going to do that. Yeah, this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
He'll try and do this himself. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Over the middle, incomplete to Waddle. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. A first down carry for Barkley. Past the 20. And touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Armadillos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's good to make it 7-0.
Makes the score Armadillo 7, Dolphins 0.
The touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. And the Dolphins first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. When you look at this defense, we know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked third against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Miami.
Again, it's Achane. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pitch and catch to Wilson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, Someone either has to go with it or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's a give to H.M. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down.
It's fourth down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they're trying to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
It's the rookie out of the third round. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Taken down at the 33-yard line.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's third down.
3rd and 5.
Here's Hurts to throw.
That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. Touchdown! And Xavier Worthy with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Armadillos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good on the extra point. And it's now 14-0.
14. Dolphins nothing. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for second down. They're going to look to throw. Right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be ringed out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards.
15-yard line.
Now H.A. on 1st and 10.
He takes this game to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up second.
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. touchdown. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Dolphins 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Second and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
Let's go.
Throwing is Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The handoff to Barkley. 104 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt.
7-yard pickup.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's got his receiver Cooper. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Silver, ready?
They'll look to throw. Fighting. Hurts fumbles it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now back to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
A 5-yard loss.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Armadillos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw now on first down. Inside the 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Jason Sanders for the extra
A
point.
great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown! Adam Thielen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Armadillos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14.
Dolphins 14. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Dolphins
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Out route to Hill, complete. And well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 2 catches in the 1st half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. That catch a pretty big one, Charles. Now 1,200 career catches.
The numbers that pile up, sometimes we get numb, sometimes we get immune, but 1,200, that gets your attention fully. Congratulations, phenomenal job, and I don't think he's slowing down yet.
I don't think so either. He makes it look easy, but this one not to be taken lightly. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 in the 1st.
22 yards. And the Dolphin 1st down.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Achane gets it from the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd.
They'll look to throw here. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 4th down.
On play action, they'll throw. And will be intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
That's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they got a chance here to open up this lead.
120 yards rushing for him so far as this terrific season continues here.
36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running it, Washington. And this winds up a gain of 4 to 41.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here's a give to Barkley. And a pretty good burst there as he gets this across midfield and down to the 46.
13
A
yards.
gain of 13. It's a first down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
And he'll go on the bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Back to throw. Now Hurts is going to get a loose football. The ball comes out. And the Dolphins have got it. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines. Tackle him. Second guy in. Tackle the ball.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. A run straight ahead with Achane. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Back to throw here. In trouble, and he's taken down. Jalen Phillips. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
18, 5 here.
They're going to try and throw. They're going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Hurts. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Sanders now to have the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
At the 33-yard line.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Give to Barkley out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 142 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. The offense on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Calling a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 48-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25.
On the play. And the Dolphins, first down.
Here we go.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 40-yard line.
They'll go to Barkley again.
And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Taken down at the
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
He'll try and do this himself. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw.
Now Hurts is going to do it himself.
And he's got his big tight end here. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's Hurts to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They go back to ground now with Barkley. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
That was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Here comes 2nd down at 5. And now it's Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here now, 3rd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2.
180.
They'll set up to throw. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. He's back to throw. Connecting with Hill. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
16 yards. That's good.
Here's 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard
They'll look to
line.
throw. Looking deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
So now this to get them back to even heading into the break. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now this to get them back to even heading into the break. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Now, they have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Achane here. They stay on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He'll try and do this himself. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
Partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off.
And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Trimmer. 73. Delta.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught right side by Worthy. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. At this point now, a field goal will win it. They are in range. We'll see how they approach things on first down.
22-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper. Complete. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Tokyo,
chill. Right on my side is the eagle becomes a funky child with some words on my tongue. Be like in, take a breath, and my mouth gets loose. So while I scatter my spit, I dream of juice. Have you rebel out the dark hallways? This way, I guess I made the day. I say, play the track from your record collection. It's your mix, congratulations.
Chain a lot of men, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever didn't thank you, then just let me do it now.
Come back here, I bet you right up when we start the show. But I mean now, very close because I told you so. You know, we love because we love the rays. Yeah, we be freaky and we wanna stay.
Chain a lot of men, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever didn't thank you, then just let me do it now.
Lightning strikes, so we begin that violent force of life. Guaranteed to turn it as better goal of mine. Because we don't get changed like a chameleon. And the channel, whenever the rap show the world is on, you know we dazzle like get all our human battles. It rattles out your head to redeem like cola bottles. Fall in love with your teachers on the right for yourself, mate. Check, with 3 of 7 is LA.
Chain a lot of men, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever didn't thank you, then just let me do it now. Keep my feet on the ground, keep my head in the clouds. Electrified by the sound that comes from the down. And we chain a lot of men, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever didn't thank you, then just let me do it now.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just...